Let's solve the lead code problem, power of x power n. So, uh, this problem is a medium problem. What is the thing is, we will be given the two arguments. So, one is x, which is nothing but a base value, and we will be having a power value, which we will be calling it as n. And the data type is here the base can be of double type. Why? Because so take for example, we can have a large number as well. So take for example 100.23 the whole square. So likewise, we can have more number of values and it can also be a decimal value or something. So we can have it as a double. The powers cannot be in decimals or something. So let's take it as an integer itself. So these are all the two arguments that we are going to take. And it's just a power function that we are going to execute. The main context is, take for example, I have 2 power 3 in the sense we need to find the power for this. So 2 multiplied by 3 times. So that's how we will be having 8. So this is how the power function will be internally working, and we need to take care of how much multiplications we will be using. So such that to decrease the complexity, so we need to make some of the techniques, so that will be very much useful for implementing this code. Like for example, let's take the value same 2 power 3. So if the n is odd in the sense, what we are going to do is we are going to split this 2 from 1, and so such that the power can be reduced it, right? So 2. Likewise, we are making a separation when the n is odd. So likewise, we are going to take this 2 power 2. So if it is even, so this value n is even in the sense, we are just going to double the base and half the power. So such is that doubling the base is nothing but 2 into 2, and we are going to half it. So such that 1 will be there, and we are going to find the value for this. So it is 4. So along with this 4, we are going take one more other variable which will be storing this 2. So such that we will be calling it as answer. So we are multiplying whichever the answer is there along with this. So such that we will be having the value 8. So this is how we are going to execute our code. So such that the pseudocode is, if any value power is odd in the sense, we are just making a separation of a one base value, so such that all the values will be becoming even, base with even. So we can have it. And else, so if it is even in the sense, simply we are multiplying, doubling base, and along with this doubling base, we are also dividing the power. This is the actual concept we are going to use. Let's implement this as a code. So over here, we were given the base value and the power value. So some of the edge cases are also there. Take for example, if the value is negative, so we have 2 power minus 3 in the sense, how we can be able to do that? We are going to make a reciprocal. So 1 by 2 power 3. So we need to make that, and then after calculating the positive value, we will be just dividing it by 1. So this is how we can be able to calculate. So let's write down it as a code. So take for example, here we have if any of the value, take for example, n is less than that of 0 in the sense, so we are going to make answer. So answer is nothing but the value that we are going to store. So this 1 divided by the actual answer. So we will be getting, if the n is negative, so we need to make some typecasting as well. So into double, so I will write double of 1 into, so along with this also has to be get typecasted, so double of answer. And I'm going to store this n as a temporary variable. How we can be able to do that? Integer n. So as take for example, this can be A very long integer as well. So making it as a data type int will not be feasible. So that's why let me keep it as long, and I will assign the value in. That's it. And after this answer now I have used it. So I need to initialize this as well. So let me initialize it as a data type double. Answer is equal to 1.0. After initializing, I'm going to check the power is the n is cube now. So here it is odd. So let's write for write the code for that. So if so before writing the code, take for example, if any of the values which will be having a negative power, so 2 power 3 in the sense 2 power minus 3. So here we cannot be able to directly compute it because there might be some computational issues over here. So we just need to convert this into positive value, and also we will be storing the value inside the temporary one n. So likewise we will be storing it in a temporary variable. The power has to be stored in a temporary variable. N has to be assigned to nn. So such that if any negative values has to be converted to positive value. So for converting this, for this particular conversion, we need to use if nn is greater than that of 0. So if it is less than that of 0, so in this case, we need to make nn is equal to minus 1 multiplied by n. Why means, so to make it positive, so we are multiplying with minus 1. So here we are going to build this while loop. So within this while, until and unless the n is getting existed, so we are going to run this loop. Here we need to make a condition for even odd number if there is an odd number, and also we need to make a condition for even as well. So for odd, what we need to do is we're going to check it if n mod 2. So any values existing, so such that if n mod 2 has some 1 in the sense, this if block will be getting executed, right? So that's why here if it is odd, or else let's make an else condition for even. If an else condition, after this, as we all know that if it is an odd condition, so we have made a thing like, take for example, if it is 2 power 3 in the sense, we are going to separate the two one base, and then we will be having n into n minus n has to be made to n minus 1. So we need to consider this. So such that 3 has to be made as 2. So how we can be able to convert this? So here answer is equal to answer multiplied by 2. So 2 is nothing but the base here, x. So we have 2 here. So x, and along with this, n has to be reduced to 1, n minus 1. That's it. So after we have done it for even number of conditions. So take for example, if we have just 2 power okay 4 power 2 in the sense, so over here the base will be even, right? So this condition will be getting executed. So what we need to do is we have to double the base, and we have to divide the power 1, so such that we have to let's convert this into a code. If it is even in the sense, we need to double the base, so such that x is equal to 2. So same, right? X into x. So we have double the base, and then the power has to be divided by 2, n divided by 2. That's it. And after all the computation has been completed, we are just going to return the answer. Return answer. Let's check if the code is running. There's some error. So there might be a problem with this long. So let's try to change it to something. So that's what is the error. So let's change it. Yeah. So such that we can be able to get the code. What is the actual context is only three things are there. One is if there is any type of negative power, so 2 power minus 3 in the sense, so we need to make it as a positive thing and have to calculate for the value for that, and then we have to reciprocate and get the answer. And if the power is even, so simply we are just doubling the base and making half as the power. So we will be having 2 into 2 power 4. We will be calculating the value for this. If it is an odd power in the sense, we will be separating the base as 1, and then we will be reducing the power as 1. So 9 minus 1 is 8. So simple. So these are all the steps that we need to take into consideration while we were developing this code. Thank you.